What's up, guys? I am Jay Fleezy, and welcome to another episode of Rust Belt Championship Wrestling. In this episode, we will have RCW Lost in the City and RCW Inevitability. Last year, we did a 45 on Lost in the City, a 49 in Inevitability, 77 and 76 attendance. Let's see if we can go ahead and outdo that, huh? In the last, we had Kira Lee emerge as a potential future star or star right now, to be quite frank, in her first match, a 50 segment rating, which is already great for, a debut match and you're already hitting a 50. Was that her debut? Yeah, her debut was a 51 Ruby Reese. And then her next match against Katya is a 50. She's already emerged as one of the best women here, and that's saying a lot because the women here are mega stars. We also had tension really starting to brew within the Ironbound Syndicate, and biggest of all, we have a new champion in Americana Jr. who defeated Jay Fleezy off a botched interference from Ernest Youngman. So, new champion, new star on the rise, two new stars, I guess, because Americana Jr. is relatively new and an absolute star. And tension in the Ironbound Syndicate. Very interesting. Just, oh, that's not what I wanted, just for reference. 22 current prestige, not great. Hasn't really moved that much, to be honest. But Americana Jr., new champion for 35 days. Took it from Jay Fleezy, who held it over a year. That's a pretty title, man. Honestly, it is. Anyways, let's get to the show. Alright, here we are. RCW Lost in the City. Jay Fleezy opens the show in the ring with Deanna Desire, waiting on the Syndicate, who never show up. Calling to the back, like, where the hell are you guys? Get out here. Nobody comes out. 32 segment rating, not the worst, honestly. He's getting a lot better. Hot and rising the crowd already. In our opening match, we have Nate DeMarcus take on Primetime Jack Pride. In a 35 segment rating, not horrible. DeMarcus doing a 46, Primetime Jack Pride getting some reps in, doing a 25. DeMarcus finishing him with a snap tackle. We then had Pinky Perez cutting a promo, excited about finding out tonight who her next opponent is for her next title defense. Probably after Inevitability. Yeah. So not the next show, probably the show after. Segment rating of a 58. Fantastic promo. She is just a megastar. We then have that number one contenders match where Talia defeated Katya Kornishkova and Kira Lee in 12 minutes when Talia pins Katya Kornishkova with spinal trauma. 55 segment rating. All the women in this match killed it. But Talia's just above the rest, man. She's just really good. Talia and Pinky are just still, as great as these women are, just a notch above the rest. Great job, girls. We then have the arrival of the Ironbound Syndicate backstage, where Jay Fleezy is like walking up, like, "Yo, where the hell were you guys?" And Ernest Youngman just walks up, one good right hook to the jaw, and the Ironbound Syndicate just start putting the boots to him, throwing him through everything backstage. One of the worst backstage beatdowns you have ever seen. Deanna Desire freaking out, caught off guard, doesn't know what is happening. And when they're finally done pummeling Jay Fleezy, they then circle around Deanna Desire, who is now screaming at this point, before Texas Hangman, Nate DeMarcus, Americana Jr., and Tyrone Gray come flying in to make the save, running off the Syndicate. Quite the angle, quite hot, to be quite honest. That went very well. So it seems Jay Fleezy no longer has control of the Ironbound Syndicate. What happens now with Ernest Youngman seemingly leading up the Ironbound Syndicate, and Jay Fleezy pretty much broken and battered at this point? I guess we'll see. We then have Texas Hangman taking out, Okay, we then have Texas Hangman carrying Phil Anders in a wild brawl with a 45 segment rating where Phil Anders does a whole 16. Texas Hangman is incredible. Enough said. We then have our eye candy queen taking on Gypsy Rose and debutee Wilma Violence. I don't know. Wilma. Let's go with Wilma, who does pretty good. As I guess as a 33 in her debut, it is an eye candy match. She should probably be doing better than that, but she was off her game. So we have Joanna defeating Gypsy Rose and Wilma in just under 8 minutes when Joanna Silver pins Wilma with the Timber Shiverer. Decent enough, 54 segment rating. I mean, talk about carrying. 63 from Joanna Silver. We then have a disappointing match in El Hijo del Neutron taking on Joji. Doing a 36, that's rough, with El Hijo del Neutron defeating Joji in 8 minutes with a Neutron Bomb. Still the best finish on the game, honestly. Neutron Bomb. 47 from Neutron, and a 33 from Joji. We then have, in the main event of the night, Americana Jr. making his first title defense against Hammer Hadley, finishing him in 10 minutes with the American Crush. 54 rating from Americana Jr., 47 from Hammer Hadley, and a fantastic match in main event. White hot crowd, they are loving it. Fantastic ending to the show. Capping off a crazy show. And yeah, that was a thing. Overall rating took a hit because pre-show equipment went missing or was damaged in Jay Fleezy's beatdown, one of the two. 52 overall rating. Fantastic show. I will catch y'all at the next. Alright, here we are. RCW Inevitability. And boy, do we have got a lot going on here. So, we're opening Jay Fleezy and Deanna Desire in the ring. Jay Fleezy, irate, going off, injured, clearly limping on one leg, wrapping around his ribs. The whole nine. He's beat up. But he's going off and essentially saying, like, get your asses out here so I can fire you to your face. Security lined up all down the ramp, all around the ring. So that'd be part one. Part two, we have the whole Ironbound Syndicate coming out. And as Jay Fleezy is going off, Ernest Youngman just slowly raises his microphone, just says a couple words. You can't fire us. You know you can't fire us. You can't afford to fire us. And then you see a moment of realization on Jay Fleezy's face where he realizes Ernest is right. And Ernest continues. You seem to forget the clause you have in our contracts. The clause you gave every one of us. You can't breach our contract. You can't afford the buyout. And then you see a look on Fearless Blue's face like, wait a minute. You guys have a buyout? And Jay Fleezy's kind of stunned. Clearly hot, but he realizes he's kind of stuck. Deanna's a little confused because she didn't know this. And we're at a bit of an impasse here. He lost his stable. He lost his power. He has his company, but, I mean, does he want the company now? Bit of a dangerous place to be. Oh boy. Where does Jay Fleezy go from here? 41 segment rating. Hot start to the show. We have in the opening match, DeMarcus and Gray versus Joji and Primetime Jack Pride getting some reps, brother. Where Nate DeMarcus pins Primetime Jack Pride with a rocket launcher, which is always great. 45 segment rating out of old man Joji, who doesn't perform as well as I usually expect. And Primetime Jack Pride, who is a very green worker. 50 from Nate DeMarcus in this white hot crowd. First match of the night, and it's a white hot crowd already. We then have Americana Jr. He's a fighting champion. Open challenge. Anybody who wants it. We then have Carrie Lee take on Ruby Reese in a fantastic match. Carrie Lee taking home another win with a flying knee strike. 52 segment rating. We quickly pan backstage where the cameras are picking up Jay Fleezy taking one of the worst beatdowns you have ever seen for 4 straight minutes, and who knows how long it's been happening before the cameras pick it up. But Jay Fleezy is getting absolutely decimated. After we come back from that train wreck, we then have Ernest Youngman taking on Texas Hangman in his scheduled match. Sweaty, a little slightly blown up from that beatdown of Jay Fleezy, but he comes out, looks a little rough. Texas Hangman takes advantage for a while before Nihilus comes in and takes him out. Texas Hangman, unfortunately, taking the loss to Ernest Youngman. But 67 from Ernest Youngman, 52 from Texas Hangman. Fantastic match, 58 segment rating. One of the best matches in company history. We then have Talia cutting a promo. Telling Pinky she's coming for her title. 57 segment rating. I mean, Talia's crazy. We then have our beautiful eye candy match of the night, which ain't as that great to be honest with you, but eye candy queen Joanna Silver defeats Air Raid Siren and Wilma, when Joanna Silver pins Wilma again with the Timber Shiver. 62 from Joanna. Like, she just knocks out a 62 in every one of these, I swear. Wilma again holding the match back, but you know, she's getting work in. She's getting paid. Getting paid. And then Pinky Perez cutting her promo. Excited. Can't wait to go out there and beat Talia again. She has no qualms about fighting Talia anytime, or anybody anytime. She just wants a good challenge. Very Goku-like. She's Goku. She just wants to fight somebody strong. 55 segment rating. Actually worse than Talia, surprisingly. We then have, in our main event of the night, Americana Jr. taking on the Open Challenger of Jules Knight. Pinning him in 11 minutes with Mount Rushmore suplex, which I've never seen that. Making defense number 2 of the RCW Great Lakes Championship. A 55 from Americana Jr. Jules Knight busting out a 38. Really good. Really good. Again, still kind of one of the best matches in company history, with a segment rating of a 53. Beautiful match. Beautiful main event. We then have the Ironbound Syndicate encircling the ring, surrounding Americana Jr. Standing there, but never touch him. Just let him go. Just a complete power ploy. Pure intimidation. Saying, without saying it, we had you. We could have done whatever we wanted. But we didn't. This time. 56 segment rating. Fantastic. Mind games being played by Ernest Youngman all across the company now. Overall show rating of 55. Incredible show. Incredible final 2 matches. Well, real matches. The eye candy actually disappointed, which, come on. That's usually something you can count on. But the Ernest Youngman, Texas Hangman, and then the main event as well. Fantastic. Alright, I will catch y'all back in the office. Alright. Oh, that was a hell of a show. I would say the future of Rust Belt Championship Wrestling has changed forever. The landscape is completely different at this point. That was fun. This is crazy. I love this company. Alright. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like because it helps me feed that hungry YouTube monster, as you know. Comments, I'd really like to know how you guys felt about this episode, about where this has went, where the company is going. Where do you think it's going to go? Very interested in hearing your guys' opinions. This has been crazy. And if you do enjoy Rust Belt Championship Wrestling, or our other series, TSWF, Tri-State Wrestling Federation, say it right, dummy, hit that subscribe button and that bell so you never miss a new episode, because I'm a dummy who never uses the community tab. Let's be honest, consistency, tough things. Alright, thank you guys all for watching. I really hope you guys have a great rest of your days.